Thanks for joining. Yeah, a couple minutes late. A story of my life. How's everyone doing this morning? Blackberry thistle tea. Thanks for your patience. Thanks so much for your patience. Up to you, but if you'd like to share your first name, I'd love to know what it is. I don't think I have you on my cheat sheet because I have a cheat sheet, which I have shared with everyone. And if anybody wants a copy, feel free to let me know. I will certainly include you on future updates. Anyway, how's everyone doing this morning? Hopefully well. Hopefully everybody's good. I don't know about you guys, but I was up a little late last night. We had a live with Bolo Buddies and Donatella Bodolino. I have to get her name right. But anyway, welcome. Thanks, Judy. Thanks for coming in. Oh, much better. Thanks for asking. So much better. I hope you guys all going to have a great day today. It's beautiful here in sunny Long Island. I thought Donatella might be joining us this morning. I sent her the link. If anybody else wants to hop in, let me know. I'll give you guys the link. Trying to see here. Let's see. All right. Let's see who we have. Good morning. I like this little banner we can put here for everyone. That's a great little feature. So it's cool. We were talking a little bit about StreamYard last night, what you guys think about it, if you like it better than Google Hangouts. I did Google Hangouts a few times, not so much. When I had a YouTube channel, formerly a cooking channel with my husband's, we did not use it as often, maybe once or twice, but not very often. And then I tried it once or twice here when I started up this channel. And once this came out, I said, no, I'm going to try this since Google Hangouts is going away, or we think it's going away. There's people saying, no, it's not really going away, but I think our section of it with YouTube is going away. I think they're keeping it for business meetings and things like that, not for us YouTubers here. But it's okay. I like this platform. It's okay so far. I'm sure they're going to get to a point where we're going to pay something for it. That was the discussion we kind of had last night. I like some of the features. I like the features that I can just quickly add people in and out, or they can jump on and off, as well as, kind of share their banners. I can also see the live chat as the host only as the host. Even if I have people come in the room, they can't see it. You still got to pop out the chat in YouTube, or have your phone, which I do sometimes, is just have my phone so I can see the chat running on the side. But it's I still like it. I think it's nice. You can do some additional things. I know Craig Landshark Picker, he might join us also. Sometimes he pops in, but I know he took the paid version, and not really sure how he's liking that or how much different that is, but I'd like to know, because I think it's $24.99 if I'm not mistaken. And then I think probably somewhat at this platform or this level, I'm sure once everybody migrates off of Google Hangouts and has to find a platform either between this and Zoom is charging. So I'm sure StreamYard at some point is going to put a small fee on it for all of us. Only for the host, not for anybody who's just joining in. Zoom does the same thing, because I join the Monday night call. I'm in Daily Refinement. Chris, if you guys know him, I'm in his Patreon and mastermind group. So I do join that every Monday night, just kind of hold us accountable for what we're doing every week and trying to reach goals and things like that. But I don't pay for Zoom, but I know he does. But it's easy to join that. I'm not sure how easy it is to host that. In the very beginning, there was a lot of issues with, even with us on as panelists, there was audio, sound problems, and then you have to kind of navigate around to click your sound off in 2 different spots, which we found out after the second show. So that definitely takes a longer kind of learning curve than this does. This was pretty quick. This was really like, I think I had one lesson from Destiny from the Shamrock Pixie. She kind of got on and she kind of showed us how to start this up, and it was so easy. It was really, really easy. You can change your banner at the bottom here, like where I have Tea, My Grapevine for You. That's a cool feature. You can change that color. You can have the other banners, like I said, running across, which is nice. You can change the color of that as well. I can also go into, let's say, into my private chat with my panelists, and we can type things in there, and then I could copy and paste those over to the banners and share them. You know, for example, I'll just copy and paste something from there, which I put up a couple of links. If you guys, I hope you're subscribed to me. If you haven't, please click the subscribe button and the bell for notifications when I do go live. I am definitely going to try to go live on the weekend, Saturday and Sunday. Not going to hold myself to a time right now until we get a lot more people, but anywhere between 8 and 9. All right. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. So
yeah, I have a busy
Donatella joining us this morning. Right. And while she's on the phone, I'll just mute her up. There she comes. All right, there you are.
I was talking to my friend Dolores and trying to plan my busy week. Oh my gosh, I have so much going on today.
Oh, is she going to help you with the storage unit tomorrow?
Oh yeah, yes.
Good.
I mean, she didn't say so yet, but she always does. Are we live?
We are live.
Oh, hey. Hello, everybody. Live. How many people are in your chat?
So right now we just have 2. We have Blackberry Thistle Tea, which I asked him or her if they would share their name, if they felt comfortable with that. And Judy Fashioning One. So Judy follows, I think, a couple of the YouTubers that I follow because she's asking about my husband. So I'm sure she's seen me on some other shows, maybe on Darlene's morning show. But,
so, T, can I ask you, sorry for interrupting you, in order for me to see the chat?
You have to pop it out from YouTube.
I have to pop it out from YouTube?
Yeah, only the host, like you last night with a host on your live, you can see the
Okay, let me go to YouTube and see if I can figure this out.
And then pop it out.
And then I have to mute it. So that there's not that echo. But go ahead, keep talking. I'm sorry, I'm going to try to do this.
Yeah, because the other thing I was mentioning, I was just talking about the difference with StreamYard and Zoom, and they kind of, Pat was asking last night on his live show who likes what platform better, and everybody seemed to respond to StreamYard, except I'm in the feeling that they are at some point going to charge us something for this, because once people start leaving. Or can't get on Google Hangouts anymore, they're going to have to find a platform. And Zoom's a little cumbersome. Zoom has some other features, but it is a little cumbersome. Oh, Judy, no worries, no worries. I'm sure she doesn't mind. I pronounce her name wrong anyway. That's my New York, Long Island accent, I'm sure. So Judy's apologizing for saying Donatello as opposed to Donatella.
Just call me Donna.
Worries. Yeah, just Donna is fine.
It's just like having a name like Jennifer and you call her Jen. I mean, it's the same thing. So Donna's fine. Just call me
just
Donna.
Like Teresa T. Same.
Exactly. Going down my.
Did you watch all of Pat's show last night?
Did I what?
Watch all of Pat's show last night?
No, I watched most of it. I fell asleep.
I fell asleep too. I took my phone up to bed with my earphones and I fell asleep. No disrespect to Pat. It was just a long day. I had a busy day listing yesterday, which was a good thing. I think I probably, between the 2 stores, I got about 100 up. So that was good for me.
Debbie, do me a Debbie. I just was reading Debbie does sales on here. Teresa, do me a favor. Oh, here it is. I got it. Never mind. I got it. Let's see. Morning coffee, live now. See if I can pop out this chat.
Yeah, and then just don't forget, if you have your volume on, to mute it, because you'll get that reverb.
Yes, there's the delay on it, right?
Yeah,
Hold on, just give me 1 second.
no problem.
Notes.
All right, so also, guys, just, I don't know what happened. Donatella kind of blacked out there. Maybe she closed her camera for a minute. I'm also going to share, and that's the nice thing too with this, is I can kind of have a separate page. It's on the private chat page where I can keep things in the chat and then copy and paste them. For those of you who might be admins in any channel, there's you can only share as an admin, which is good and bad, because they just don't want anybody randomly posting, links and pages and things like that without admin approval. And it's hard, even when you're an admin, to kind of go back and forth and find the links. So if you save them in the private chat as a host or as a panelist, you can keep copying and pasting for it, which I like. I know there's other ways you can do it, and I'm sure people have gotten away with figuring out how to do it. But I kind of like it because I can do that as well. So, for example, here is, for those of you that don't belong to Donatella's Facebook group, it's not a Facebook chat. I don't know why I put chat, but it's her buyers and sellers auction page. So even if you don't do storage units, it's just a wealth of knowledge. A lot of people put up there and ask about specific items and what they are and what they go for, what they got for them. So it could also be a little bit of a bolo for some of you. Doesn't necessarily mean you guys have to do storage units. And I don't know if either of you do storage units. I don't at the present time. May get into it at some point. Once I get my money piles, as we call them, not death piles, completed. So I don't know what happened to Donatella, but let me just text her real quick and see what happened. Maybe if she needs me to send the link again, I will. That's the other thing with this link. You could share it even in the group, and it doesn't matter because you have to approve people to come in and out. So even if the link is here at the bottom, unless we actually go ahead and approve somebody to enter, it's just out there. So that's a great thing, great little feature as well. I'm also going to put in the chat so you guys have it. I don't know if you are subscribed or not, but here is Donatella's YouTube channel. We're gonna furiously get her to 1,000 this coming month of August. She's gonna definitely get to 1,000. So that's our goal for August, is to, I think she needs about 250 more subscribers. It's very doable once you get up to those numbers to do that in a month. And I think we can make that happen. I have my little 97. I'll be happy to get to 100 at the end of the week. That'll be nice for me. And I'm assuming since you guys got the notifications, you are subscribed. But just in case you're not, please subscribe and hit the bell for notifications when I go live, which will definitely be Saturday and Sunday mornings. And then we'll see. We're going to probably do some other times during the week. I try to do Crazy Hat Day with Darlene, 8:30s on Friday morning, which is Norgus R. For those of you, thank you, Judy. Thank you so much. So I appreciate it. Thank you. I don't know what happened to Donatella. I gotta see, but let's see. Maybe she got, with her children, she could have got torn in a different direction. She may have gotten another phone call. And I know also her hubby's been working on the house, so who knows? Maybe he started early this morning. I don't know. He's been doing some home improvements. So last night when we were on our live, he had some noise going there. So we'll see. But I'm just going to message her quick, see if she's coming back. And okay. So the other thing I wanted to kind of talk about this morning was something I learned last night, I should say, because I don't know if you guys ship through StreamYard. I'm StreamYard through Pirate Ship. I have a Pirate Ship account, and I use it very rarely. I try to compare. If I have something large, I compare the difference between USPS, FedEx, and then I try to look at it over on Pirate Ship. And a lot of times I was noticing Pirate Ship actually was a few cents more in some cases than actually my discount that I get on USPS. But Donna told me last night, and I was really shocked at this, and I didn't even know, and I'm going to have to look into this today, is as long as you keep your box dimensions, and I wish she was here so I could double check this with her, but I'll ask her again. I think it's 18 by 18, and you put it in a plastic bag. They consider it a box in a bag, and she's been shipping those size boxes up to 18 or 20 pounds for like $8 to $10 across the country. Worst case scenario, like to California for 15 for those of us on the East Coast. Not sure where you guys are located, but for me in New York, you know, the most expensive place to ship is California, and it seems like every single item I ship, and I guess it's because of the population of California too, everything's relative, right? I'm not going to sell as many things, you know, to Delaware or Rhode Island that I'm going to sell to California because of the population. So that's another reason why I'm sure a lot of things go there. But it isn't the most expensive place for me to ship. And a lot of times in the past, I've gotten a little burnt when I've done free shipping, or I've done not calculated, but just have, you know, done flat rate shipping where, yeah, $8.99 might be good for somebody like, you know, down in Virginia or up in Maine on the East Coast, especially because it's only about $8, maybe $7 something if I can use like a padded flat rate for, you know, heavy jeans or something. But when it comes to out to California or it comes to larger, bigger things, you know, sometimes that could be 10, 15, 20. And again, depending on the item, I've shipped things even heavy that really I got a little burnt on. But it's a great thing. So if you guys haven't looked into that, it's Pirate Ship. You can sign up for a free account. It allows you to sync. And I'll do a video on this. I'm definitely going to do a video on this. I just want to have a little more experience with the actual shipping of the box and the bag. But you can sync in your eBay, you know, sales, and as many as you want. I have three different stores that I sell on. I could sync all three of them to the same account and ship that way. And I do, because I compare it all the time. So if you just sync it, you don't have to ship through it. You could just price it out, and then you can price it out through the other two platforms on eBay, either USPS or FedEx. So that's a great feature. But now Donna told me that if you check in Pirate Ship, there's a box that you can check that says box in a bag, and you put the measurements under a certain amount. That really is a good feature. So I'm going to definitely look into that. I'm going to try that this week. I'm also doing an auction Monday night, August 5th. So a week from tomorrow, I'll be on NASCAR Man 3345. If anybody wants to join, I'm going to do a lot of bulk lots, kind of like Donna does. If you guys have joined Donna's auctions, I'm going to do some stuff too. And you guys are probably like, wait, you buy on Donna's? I do. I buy on everybody's. You know, I'm a little particular about certain things. My boxes are probably going to be more geared either towards the beginner seller, a book seller, or an electronic seller. I don't do a lot of electronics. I don't have the patience or the time. Or maybe some of the resources to sit and figure out if a game works, if a gaming system works, if a, what do you call, a VCR or DVD player, plays, records. I have cassette players, things like that. So if you guys are into any of that stuff, that's going to be a lot of the stuff I'm going to be wholesaling on Monday, August 5th on Derek's channel, NASCAR Man 3345. So stay tuned for that. That's a week away. I got to get my boxes in order, and I got to figure that out as well. And then it's going to be good because I'll do the research on pirate ship and then figure out the shipping and include it in the price. I'm not going to charge additional for shipping. I'll probably actually start prices out at the shipping price and go from there and see where that might lead. So hope you guys tune in for that. And then we're going to probably do, Donna and I talked about maybe doing some, additional auctions kind of back and forth on our own, maybe do a group one. We'll figure it out. If anybody who's interested in doing any of that, just let us know. I'm not sure what platforms you sell on, or if you sell at all. Maybe you don't sell at all, but if you do. I just actually last night signed up for Etsy. I don't know if any of you guys belong to Etsy, but I had gotten a bag full of vintage gloves, like white gloves, black gloves, some of the long ones that, kind of, I think about the movie stars back in the 40s and the 50s and even the 60s that wore those long white gloves, or even just the short white gloves with, they have a little, what I call bling or stitching on them. And they sell for a lot more on Etsy than they do on eBay. So I'm going to start comparing prices as well. It's like Amazon. You can always get a few more bucks on Amazon than you can on eBay. So I'm going to kind of compare all that together as I get involved. I finally just signed up again for Amazon. I was on Amazon several years ago, kind of got away from it, didn't do a lot on it, and I should have stuck with it because I would probably be ungated in half the categories now, but that's okay. I have 3,200 books. That's going to be my first goal next week, is to get those shipped out to FBA, and I'll go from there, and I'll worry about what I'm ungated in going forward. And if you guys haven't heard, just so you know, a little morning news here, eBay Open, Casey and Adam Exploits were on the other day. I don't know if you guys watched that as well, and they were saying that one of the features that's coming up on eBay, they're going to try to do the same as Amazon with Fulfillment by Amazon. I'm not going to necessarily call that because I don't think they can, but they will do something similar once they're starting to get the centers open where we can ship in. That's going to come in handy for a lot of people who can't stand to hold the inventory or have a lot of inventory like myself, where now it's, kind of taken over the house. So that's going to be a great thing, and I really look forward to that. I can't wait till that starts. But we're probably looking at first or second quarter of next year at the earliest. By the time they have all the centers open and things, I'm sure somebody will be chosen to work on the pilot and figure that out as well. But that is really a nice feature, and they are trying to mirror Amazon as much as possible. So I'll look forward to that as well, because I will definitely utilize that. And by then I should be really familiar with the FBA Amazon, because even when I was on the Amazon platform, I want to say it's got to be 8 years at least or plus, I didn't do fulfillment. I did fulfillment by merchant, which means I shipped the stuff. I didn't send it in. So that's a new kind of learning curve for me as well. Lots of learning curves this month for me coming up for August. But I want to be ready like everybody else for third quarter. And that's why yesterday I basically just, oh my God, I listed crazy. I want to say 100 items. Hey, Mark, good morning. Welcome. MT Pickers here. Hi, Mark. Thanks for joining. And Amazon can be a little, little buggy sometimes. If you lost your internet or maybe for her modem to come back on. Okay, yeah, so Donna dropped off and she lost her internet. She had to reboot, so she's waiting for her modem to come on. So I will just respond to her really quick. And just so you guys know, I did share her Facebook group. If you guys haven't joined it, again, you don't have to be. I'm not a at least not right now, a storage auction person, but some good bolos out there, some good information, and then you also get some knowledge about it in case you ever do decide to do it, because it's, as you get, more and more into this business, you learn about different things. You learn about what sells, what doesn't sell, what's a good buy, what's not a good buy. I'm still learning. Listen, I'm reselling on here probably since 2000 on and off, but I never went full time. Now I feel like I'm going full time, and I'm learning even more. I mean, there was a point where I just did auctions. Now I don't do a lot of auctions anymore. There was a time where I did free shipping on everything. Now I don't do free shipping on everything. Clothes, because of the saturation of the market, I tend to anything under a pound is free shipping, and just, put $2 or $3 into the clothes when you can. That's the other problem with clothes. There's so much competition out there, and they're so easy and abundant. That's why you have to know your brands, and you have to know what really is good and not good. I don't have a lot of good brands up. I'm still trying to sell through a lot of, what I would call bread and butter stuff that just, sells for $10 or $12, free ship, a pound or less. And a lot of it I didn't even pay for, and that was before. Good morning, Rebecca. Hey, Rebecca, you want to come on in? Donna just fell off. She lost her modem. She's rebooting, but if you want to come in and join us, I'll send you the link. The funny part is that most of the clothes, when I look at it, are either I got like free or from my mom or my own stuff, and I'm still listing. A friend of my husband's also gave us, oh my God, bags and bags and bags of stuff. I have to go through it, can't sell it all, but it's good sometimes when you have a little. I call that my filler. I take pictures, dozen at a time, and then when I'm sitting at night when I get home from work, I just list that filler stuff, and then like my husband's off like the weekend and stuff, like he'll take photos and do the other stuff that we got to get up, like we did yesterday, and listed about 100 items. So that was really good. But I got to do that on a more consistent basis. So Rebecca, let me know if you want to come in. I'll shoot you the link. Yeah, that's what went on yesterday. I don't know what you guys did for the weekend. Did anybody go out garage sailing this weekend? Go to any, pick up anything good? Any good bolos you want to share with us, or nice pickups that you had? Nothing? I don't know what kind of delay we're on here either. I have a really bad storm coming. I just picked up my free pile I had outside for people to go there. Oh, okay. Nice. Well, they had storm. Ugh. That's not coming our way. Probably is, though. Although it's supposed to be, it is beautiful out this morning. It really is. I'm sorry that I'm looking up, but between my skylight and my glass door. I did on Thursday. What'd you get, Rebecca? Tell us. Share with us. How about you, Mark? Did you find anything good? Like these little banners. I know we're supposed to get bad weather Tuesday into Wednesday. I don't know if that's the same storm that's by you, but what happened? My bolo is handheld GPS Garmin. Oh, the Garmin. Okay. Nice. All right, so tell us, what'd you pay for it? What'd you pay for it? I know, I think, I'm trying to think, does my husband have the Tommy or the Garmin? Yeah, I probably should look into that because now he uses his phone. I don't think he uses his GPS anymore. I should probably look at selling that, at least while the market's hot, because these things come and go. Once everybody has a smartphone, I don't know how much they'll need. The Garmin bamboo fishing poles. Ah, now are those handmade? I would assume. I guess that would be something people would make. I would assume that's what it. They were $10. Was sell for over 110. Nice. Wow, that's cool. See, that's when you look at clothes. We were talking about that last night. That's when you look at clothes and you say, "Oh my God, $90, right? $90, $100 in profit on other stuff." But again, like I said, with the clothes, I still consider it a filler. They still sell on a regular basis. You can't sell a garment every day. You can't find a garment. Oh, to your point too, Rebecca, that is true. So the smartphone doesn't work in every place because of the towers and the Garmin or the Tommy or whatever GPS device you have. Some of them have, I think they have built-in maps that even if you're out of area, even if they don't update immediately for traffic and stuff, I believe they still say connected so that you can navigate. I'm not a navigation whiz, to say the least, but good morning, Gina. Key lime kisses. How are you? Good morning. Good morning. So I'm waiting for Mark to answer on the bamboo fishing poles. Very interested in that. If those are like homemade, handmade, or it's something that's mass produced. I'm going to assume. I would guess that as well, T. I've sold them anywhere from 125 to 60. Okay, wow. Okay. Yeah, I would guess that they're home. I have clothing to list for a lifetime. There is so much clothing in storage units. Oh my God, there is, Rebecca. There absolutely is. And I don't even do storage units. There's just so much clothing, period. We were just saying that, like, there's a never-ending supply. So that's why the market is so saturated. It really is. My husband's friend of his gave us, like I said, dozens and dozens of bags the other day. Guys, this is like the third family member that has rang my phone. Can you excuse me just for 1 second? Sorry about that, guys. You know what? When your dad calls, your aunt calls, and your brother calls, you get a little concerned. Yeah, I have my aunt here from Las Vegas. It's my father's oldest sister, and she was out in a facility in Las Vegas with really no friends or family. I mean, she had friends, tons of friends. She's been there for a long time. And my dad brought her here because we lost my mom about a year and a half ago. So he's in this big household by himself. So he figured, you know what? At least she has me. And my dad took care of my mom for years. So that's like something that keeps him busy. So I won't say funny, but he's very regimented. He's got charts and Excel spreadsheets about blood pressure and all this stuff, and he's been really good about it. But unfortunately, she's been in the hospital since before my husband, and she's not doing so great. So everybody just wanted to let me know I was supposed to go up after this, and They just wanted to tell me don't go up this morning because they had to sedate her and they're concerned about her breathing. So this has been an ongoing thing back and forth. But thanks Rebecca for asking. I appreciate all you guys' concern. As always, this is I put a video out there last week when my husband was in, and you guys are all great and concerned, and I really appreciate it. This is really thank you. Anyway, getting back to what we were saying, it's hard to sometimes decide, what's good and what's bad, and especially when it comes to clothing, because you just don't know. My husband's friend gave us bags and bags of clothes, and some of it's vintage. I mean, there were gowns in there, mother of the bride gowns, from 1970, I would probably have to guess, because if he's as old as my husband and he got married my husband actually got married the first time in 1979. I was still in junior high school. But yeah, so it's kind of like a mother of a bride from way back then. Unfortunately, had a couple of, I don't know if they were moth holes or little cigarette burns, because everybody smoked in those days or whatever the case may be. But it's chiffon, it's beautiful, but it had to go in the trash, so to speak. Although I was going to research and see if some of that stuff, even people use the material off of it, because I don't know. I'm not a seamstress, never were. I barely can sew. Grandma tried to teach me how to crochet at one point, but I'm not that real homemaker. In fact, Donna and I joke all the time about ironing, because I had my son, my 20-year-old, asked me the other day, Ma, can you teach me how to iron? And I said, yeah, as soon as somebody teaches me. I have a steamer, though. I do. And that was the other thing we were talking about. Do you iron or steam or wash all your clothes, things like that? I'd be curious to know what you guys do, because there's some people that wash every single piece of clothing they get. They steam, they iron. To me, it's just, oh my God, it's so time consuming. If that's, if you're doing a lot of clothing, if you're doing a few pieces here and there, anything that's extremely wrinkled, obviously anything with stains, we spray and wash. Anything that's, smells, things like that. But I'm assuming that on used clothing, especially if I mail it and send it, somebody's throwing it in the washing machine anyway. They're not just going to put it on. So that's just my thought on that. I believe that to be true, but if they don't, I don't know, because you just can't wash every single piece. And then there's some things you can't. Dry clean only. We listed a bunch of suits yesterday. They're dry clean only. One of them actually looked like it had been dry clean, because it had that wire hanger with the pink kind of tissue paper on the shoulders on the hanger. So I'm assuming that was definitely something that went to the dry cleaners. But there was another one in there. Actually, there was a couple. There was a beautiful tweed, older, again, vintage, probably tweed wool men's jacket. I had to toss it. Moths. I did that. I have stuff listed with holes just because the fabric is so pretty. Yeah. I think if I went to the bins, I would wash it all, but not regular thrift store items. Okay. We don't have the bins here where I am. I could, go in and drive to one of the boroughs here in New York. I did it once or twice. It's just not worth it. The traffic, the parking, and it's so oversaturated. I have so many other sources that, it'd be nice if I had the bins. I know, it's probably a lot cheaper because they charge by the pound. You can't even sometimes touch some of the thrift stores here. If you go to Goodwill, to everybody's point, it's like, yeah, I'm not paying, $7.99 for a dry fit t-shirt. It's not happening. I'll be lucky to get that. And they've been listing a lot of stuff themselves. I do a lot better with estate sales and garage sales and thrift stores. I have a couple of connections with 2 or 3 thrift stores, so they kind of work with me with pricing too as well. So that's a good thing. But yeah, the bins, I guess, because everybody's touching them or whatever. But I think it would depend. It would definitely depend. Obviously, if things are coming out with tags on it, and I don't know. We picked up this shirt yesterday. It's my husband's like, "Is it new with tags?" I'm like, "Yeah, it's got that, but that's the only tag it has on it." I don't know. Would you guys consider that shirt new with tags? I would. I mean, it was even just like this folded in the bag. So, yeah, it might not have the main tag on it, but I would still list it as new with tags. Rebecca says she washes everything unless it is new with tags. Okay. Um, it's so time consuming. It really is so time consuming. And then some of the vintage stuff, you don't really want to wash it either. Um, Sweaters, things like that. I'm just looking because I bought a bulk lot from Wade's Ventures about a month ago, I guess, and I still have a lot of stuff of that to list and some of that stuff too because of the age of it. Like, I don't know. I wouldn't wash it all, but that's just me. Everybody to each his own. Um, it really does depend. All right, guys. I don't know what happened to Donna. She's still rebooting. If she's still booting up out there, I don't know what happened. If she definitely is having a internet connection, or hopefully it's not StreamYard. I did send her, although you know what, I might resend her the link because if she got knocked out, maybe she lost the link. So let's see. I will go in here and I'm okay if anybody else feels like they want to join. Just let me know. I can certainly share the link. I'm good. I'm fine with that. Everybody in here I know. So, and it doesn't matter. Like I said, even if you share it, you have to allow the people to come in anyway. So it's all good. God bless me. Sorry. Excuse me. So let's see if she got back on and got back in on here. It takes a bit for her computer. Yeah, I'm sure it does. That's the one thing too about my computer, and I think it depends, and that's why some people too with StreamYard, it's different than Zoom when you use the actual paid one, and then what was the name of the other something to go through the platforms? I can't remember it. I downloaded it on my computer, and the only reason I got away with it is because the one computer that I have that I'm on right now, which is actually my husband's, it's actually oh no, what is it saying? Invalid guest password. Oh no, she can't get on her link system. She's trying to get on the internet and it's saying something about a password. All right, let me just let her know, message her. She can get that on the side of the modem. It's actually, the password is on there. The actual password. All right, let's see if that can help her. I'm assuming that should work, but I don't know. Some people change that, but you can always get on with that. On the side of the modem is always that long. It's lots of letters and numbers or configuration of, I think, yeah, words. I think now mine are words and numbers. It's 4 letters, 4 numbers, 4 letters, 4 numbers, if I'm not mistaken, something to that effect. I never changed it. On this one, this is a newer modem. And that's the other thing, too, I think why a lot of folks are having problems with getting on either on here, whether it's their computer that doesn't have enough, although StreamYard shouldn't be. Rebecca says she listed books crazy yesterday and got a message from eBay today that they gave me more listings in your second store. Oh, that's great. Yeah, if they see you listing, sometimes they will do that. Rebecca, what kind of books are you listing? I have 3,200 in my garage if you're interested. watch me on Derek's channel next Monday night. I'll probably do some boxes of books too, as some lots, if you want. I am going to hopefully get some of them into fulfillment by Amazon, but before I do, I might offer them out to anybody else who. It's a great item to get started on any platform because they're so easy, especially with the ISBN. For those of you that don't know, the ISBN is the book number. The newer books, and when I say newer books, probably from 1960 something to today, they all have an ISBN number. And the very newer books actually have the barcode on the book that you can actually scan the barcode. A lot of older books don't have an ISBN number, or if they do, they're only on the inside page. So you can't scan a barcode. So sometimes you got to manually type them in. But a lot of times, even if you manually type them in the listing, it recognizes the book and it'll actually bring a listing up for you where you can share that actually in your listing. I know a lot of people on Amazon who do a lot of FBA. They just scan books constantly and send them in, which is my plan for at least half of the 3,200 books that I have. But maybe before I get to that, I'll see if you guys are interested in any books, if there's a specific genre or titles or, I have everything, you name it, as far as literature and theme stuff, old books, new books. I've sold so many books I was on probably a book binge for years. I at some point on eBay had almost 10,000 listings, with the majority of them being books because they were just so easy to do and so easy to sell. I bought rooms of books out, estate sales and things. I remember my most famous score was two sisters whose dad passed away, and he worked for Grumman here on Long Island. So I'm sure most of you know who Grumman is, but they're the aerospace group who kind of built all of the planes and ships and space shuttle and things like that here. And he had so many aeronautical and even photos I picked up, but I bought the whole room for $100. He had books from floor to ceiling, photos from floor to ceiling. So it was crazy. What is this popping up on my computer? I don't even know what this is. All of a sudden, something just popped up. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. No. We don't want this. Something is ready to install. Not right now. I filled my car from the passenger seat to the ceiling, the back seat across to the ceiling, you name it. Couldn't see on my way home, my trunk, and $100. One book, multiple books sold for $100 a piece. Crazy stuff, just aeronautical, about building aircraft and engineering. He was really into all of that. But when you work there, 1901 about haunted stories. So Rebecca says, I've been listing textbooks, but have all kinds of books over 10,000. I listed a really cool book yesterday from 1901 about haunted stores. Nice. Sold. I probably shared this story once before too. Craigslist, I used to go out a lot and look for books, and some guy in town here, I guess again his mom or dad or someone passed away and left some of these older books, including some Bibles, and both of those Bibles have now sold. It took me years. It did take me years. Most recently, I think 2 Christmases ago, I sold one of them, and I believe it was last November, December, around Christmas time, I sold the other one. But oh, that's okay, Gina. No problem. I had to answer the phone while I was on here, so no worries. But they both sold. I want to say the one that sold 2 years ago, I think I got $700 or $800 for it. I can't remember. I got these books for free. The one that I sold last year, probably 16. I think it was a Bible from 1691. I forgot exactly. and it was from here in the United States. I want to say one of the first settled colonies, one of the 13 colonies, like, um, yeah, the quality, but this one was in rough shape. This one was like 1691. The cover was off, the rear cover, front cover. I had them, but they were completely detached. The spine was completely missing, so it just had the glue. It had to be restored. But the biggest seller of this thing, because I've had people ask me over the years, message me and say, would you just sell the maps? There were 6 original maps in this Bible. So I think when all was said and done, I had originally had it up there for 1,600, I think. And I think I took a best offer for 12, 11, maybe 1150. It went to Canada. It didn't even stay in the United States. I think it went to Canada, which is kind of, I guess, all right or weird. Maybe it was just a Bible collector, or somebody was going to restore it. I know the one from 2 years ago was because where the Bible was actually made in like Pennsylvania somewhere, or manufactured. He told me he bought it for his mom because she grew up in that town and she, collected things like that. So, but yeah, both those Bibles, and I got a bag of books, probably 10 books from this gentleman, for free. He handed me, 2 books, because one Bible probably took up most of the bag, the one I sold recently, but those were great scores. You don't find those every day. And you have to sit on this stuff. I did not care if it didn't sell the first year, second year. I think, again, I sat on it probably 5 or 6 years, both of them actually, and took, my time. Even with offers, I didn't take every offer. I obviously didn't take every offer. I just declined the maps. I'm so glad I declined the maps, because so many people ask me about the maps. Would I just sell the maps? Would I just take so much for the maps? And once you separate the maps from the Bible, you lose the value. And I would have never gotten what I got. So I didn't realize, Rebecca, that you had over 10,000. Now, you were like me with the books. That's how I was. I did books. Oh my God, shelves and shelves in one of my bedrooms upstairs, just filled. And I used to put a number on every book. So 1 through, 5,000, 6,000. That's how I kept track. In put the SKU as, book number 2738, and that's how I'd find it. Have a little tag on the outside. The only problem with that, I couldn't necessarily do that with every single book, because some of those books, if you don't know, when you put those tags on, you go to peel them off, you peel some of the cover off. So some of those were a little difficult to number. So that was a challenge at times as well. But it's a good place to start. And if you guys are just starting up on eBay or Amazon, or if you just want to do, fulfillment by Amazon, it's a great thing to start, just to get your feet wet or get your foot in the door. This way you don't have to worry about breakage or anything, really. That was why I went to books for so long, because I had started doing some collectibles, and then I was getting these messages that things were breaking left and right. And, come to find out that it was also my son who was helping me. He wasn't wrapping things in the best of ways, or neither was I, because it wasn't that experienced. So you get to know that things, even if you put fragile, and then some people say if you don't put fragile on it because they treat it worse, or put fragile on it, look who's back. Oh, mine.
Just what you want to do, call Comcast on a Sunday morning. Actually, it's not Comcast, it's Comcrap.
Comcrap.
That's what I call them. I had to send a refresh signal. I had to restart the router. Then the router wouldn't take my password. It's the same password. I thought it was a computer issue. My daughter plays games on this computer, and I think that it's kind of messing up the computer a little bit. But this morning it was a router problem.
Oh, God.
Anyways, what did I miss the last half hour?
We've been all over the place. We've been talking about books most recently. Rebecca's in the room. Shout out to Rebecca Kruder. She's here with us. I asked her if she wanted to hop on, but it sounds like she's not ready for that. But
MT hello. I'm stressed out over that whole computer thing. I I hate having computer issues.
Yeah, well, you know what? You definitely have to look into a mic because even just now, your mic just went silent. So I don't know if it's your computer or if there's an adjustment on your mic, but
Hmm.
it could be just the internal mic. If it's an internal mic, sometimes it could be crapping out. Who knows?
And I don't even know where the mic is on this computer. I have no idea if it's in the front or in the back. But yeah, I definitely will get. I need to get a mic, and I definitely want to get a like an external little camera too, so that people can really see the detail.
You
Because I
mean
don't
in
think
all your storage units, you've never found a camera?
no,
Really?
because I usually buy old dusty ones.
Okay. Oh, that's true. That's true.
Yeah. So I usually buy like things that have been sitting for a really long time. I mean, every once in a while I'll buy a new one, but I'll only buy a new one if it's small and cheap.
Right, right.
I'll pay up on the older ones, but not the new ones because the new ones are just usually full of kind of like new stuff. I don't want new stuff.
So yeah, we were talking about books, and Rebecca's saying that I'm assuming you didn't put, but I'm assuming most of your books are on Amazon, Rebecca. Oh, and Rebecca, Gina's looking to see your store name. If you want to share it, great. Oh, good morning, Derek. How are you this morning? Derek, if you want to come in, let me know. I'll shoot you over a link. Um, I just put link in. Oh, great. Thank you, Rebecca. So yeah, Gina, if you want to go out and take a look at her things, her books. I don't know if you have a mix between your eBay store and Amazon, or if you just meant there's a lot of books on Amazon and you just do you just sell them on eBay, which is what I did for a long time. I was sorry. I had started Amazon, like I said, about 8 or 10 years ago with books, but I didn't do FBA. I did fulfilled by merchant, and I should have continued back then. I would be so ungated in other categories right now, but oh well. I'm starting over. It's okay. It's all good. But so Rebecca says she has a storm coming, so she doesn't think she wants to jump in. Um, but if anybody else does, just let me know. We'll share the link, and you guys can jump in. Derek, if you want to come on in, I can share the link. And then the other thing we were talking about while you were gone too was kind of the difference with StreamYard and Zoom and what you prefer. And we talked about it last night on Pat D's show. Most everybody responded that they prefer StreamYard. But like everything else, it's all going to be probably charged at some point. And I think it's easier, and I think it's just, there's a less learning curve with this. I find this much easier than any of them. And Zoom is a little cumbersome to me, and that's just my opinion.
I haven't tried that. Zoom. But how long has StreamYard been around? Did it just start? I think
I
Courtney
don't know.
Courtney said yesterday it was started by two young kids or two young
Yeah,
teenagers or something, and they wrote the program for it. I don't know. Is it something that's new or something that's?
I guess you know what, I don't know, and I'm just assuming that it's probably been around longer than we think. It's just that now all of a sudden, since we need a new platform, that we've been more exposed to it. But who knows? It could be out there a couple of years. It might have been trying to compete all this time with the other platforms, and we just didn't know about it because we were so involved with Google Hangouts, and that was just the platform we used. And then I guess we'll see what happens. I still don't think, Derek, I think correct me if I'm wrong, if the YouTube version is still not up and running properly.
Oh, Derek was saying that this was a beta, which is like a trial.
Right, this is, but I don't, and YouTube has one as well, but I don't think anybody's been successful with even trying it live and sharing, trying it live, yes, as one person, but doing it like a panel, I don't know that it's working. But he can probably answer that, because I think he tried to Sharon. So, okay, so Rebecca, you know what, Rebecca, are you not an admin here? You're not blue. Hold on, I didn't realize that. Let me fix that. I didn't realize you didn't have a wrench. I thought I popped out my chat. Let me see. Did I pop out my chat? All right, let me fix that. All right, you should be good now. You should definitely be good now.
Well, I have such a busy day ahead of me. And I gotta get all these orders out too.
Oh, the times are off, so you still have the schedule on both. Is that the times are off with StreamYard, or the times are off with the YouTube platform? Because you know what, I scheduled this for 9 a.m. and I didn't have any difficulty with it, so I'm not sure. I think. Okay, so there's Rebecca's store there for those of you who want to take a look and check out her books, her 1901 Haunted book. Thanks for sharing that, Rebecca. I know some people, that's the other thing, question, guys. What do you think about sharing your stores and stuff? Some people think it's a problem. Some people don't think it's a problem. Some people have mixed feelings like myself. I don't know. I'm okay with it, I guess. I mean,
I am too. I'm fine with sharing my store. Some of the YouTubers, some of like like Casey and Star and Wade, and I'm trying to think of who else I follow that I consider kind of like big YouTubers that are constantly going on. Sydney, they all say have a secret store. So I opened a secret store. I have a secret store, but I haven't really posted anything in it yet. My big store is my big store, and I want to share my big store because I want people to go on and buy stuff in my big store. I don't want to keep it a secret.
No, I've shared both of our stores. The third store is not even a store. It's just my son's 50 free items. So I don't even know if I can share that, or does it really matter? It's only 50 items. So,
right.
And it changes because I do a lot. I don't mind. It's a good way to get feedback on if you need to do something different or fix a listing. Yeah. You know what? And Casey Rockstar Flipper, he actually that's why I took a lot of the books down too, because he was kind of like, I think your books are weighing your store down, because my sell-through rate was horrendous.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I don't know if that fixed it or didn't fix it, or I made some mistakes along the way. Like last year, I talk about this too. We went away on vacation to California. My cousin got married for the first time at 45. And we made a 2-week vacation out of it. And I not only shut my store down, but I took every listing down. Because I figured, when I come back, I'll do inventory and I'll fix this and I'll fix that. And it was the biggest mistake I ever made. I should not have done that. It took me so long with the algorithm to even get back to selling. Yeah. And I don't even think to today I'm selling the way I was selling. I feel like that really hurt me, and I'm still catching up. And that was like last September. And it's almost a year ago. But again, last September, I also had probably, I'm going to say, close to 7,000 listings. And today I only have 1,500.
Wow.
So
that definitely makes the difference right there. You have 7,000 listings. You're going to be selling like crazy. But, I was just thinking while we were talking about that, I think I'm going to have all my kids open up eBay accounts.
Yeah.
Even if they don't use them or don't post anything, because you never know, like 5 years from now, they may want to start listing on eBay, or if they want to buy something on eBay. And when someone's buying something from you or asking you a question, and you click on their profile and you see members since 19 whatever, or
Right.
2002 or two. You think to yourself, oh, they've been on eBay for a long time. They don't buy very much, but they've had an account, so it kind of gives like a seller a little bit of credibility about the buyer,
Right.
right?
Right.
And because their account's been open for a really long time. Because when someone comes on my eBay store and asks a question about, say, even like if it's an expensive item, and I click on their name and it says, new member, like they just joined, I'm like, oh, I don't know, they're not experienced, and do I trust this person? I don't know. People in the chat, like, how do you guys feel about, do you do that? Do you click on people's names and see like who the buyer is, how long they've been on eBay, how long they've been buying, how many things? I mean, I don't do it to every buyer, but certain items that people inquire about, I do it. Does anybody else do it? Do you do it, T?
I don't know that I do it. You know what's funny? I think when I get offers or if they ask me for measurements or something, I look to see where they are because because especially if they send me an offer and I'm like, oh my God, they're in California and I have free shipping on this.
Yeah.
I may
Yes.
not be as generous or take their offer.
Yeah. Yeah. So
But you know what? I've had a pleasant experience with people who have very little feedback or no feedback. Some
me
people have,
too.
like, they won't sell to somebody with no feedback. And, we all had to start someplace.
Yeah.
Zero feedback, maybe, in somebody in another country might be a little frowned upon because I'm one of those sellers that doesn't use the global shipping program. I just globally ship myself.
Oh.
But I've had very good luck with that. Thank God, knock on wood. I've had one complaint, and honestly, they weren't wrong. I had bought some vintage newspapers a while back, and one of them was the beginning of D-Day, and one of them was the ending of D-Day. And I honestly didn't look through the newspaper, every single one. And the one paper that I sold to, he was in Paris, he was in France, had an advertisement in it. It was a reprint.
Oh.
And I sold it for like $50, but I didn't want to take the shipping back. I didn't want to take the shipping back, but I checked the other one. The other one's legitimate, but this one was just a reprint, I guess, because he had the original first one. He wanted the second one. Rebecca, Rebecca's about to get a bad storm. Rebecca says she's getting nervous. It's getting really dark and the storm is almost here. All right. Well, hopefully you'll be safe. I will basement is ready. I'm going to stay. Is it really going to be that bad? Oh my gosh. Now I'm getting nervous for you. I'm sorry, Rebecca. Where are you at again? I apologize. I'm so bad with remembering things. It's, it's old age. It's definitely old age. But oh my God, we're praying that you're safe. Hopefully it's all good. Hopefully, just come and pass really, really fast. We had one of those, I want to say Thursday night or Wednesday night. I forgot now. It was the last night. I think my hubby was in the hospital, and it was really, I had to pull over. It was really, really bad. Like you couldn't even see with the rain and the thunder and the lightning. All right.
Can you see the rainbow above your head?
I just noticed it. You know what it is? That's why I don't like sitting in this room all the time, because as the day changes, my skylight, this is why I have problems taking photographs in this room during certain parts of the day, because the sun, as it moves, I have my skylights above me. They move. So
it's so beautiful.
Oh, thank you, Derek. Oh, she's in Minnesota. Okay, so Rebecca's, you walked away, Donna, but Rebecca's getting nervous because it's really dark out. She's getting a really bad storm coming. So yeah.
Do they get tornadoes in Minnesota?
I don't know. I don't know
either. But yeah, sorry, I asked that question and then I had to run out on you. But I'll click on the buyer's name when they buy something like really, really unusual. Like I'll wonder, like, who is this person buying this, whatever it is, like unusual vintage item or whatever. And then I've even gone as far as taking the address and putting it in the Google search.
Really?
And yeah, and going down and Googling down. Like before Christmas, I got a half a pallet of protein powder, like muscle powder. And I had a guy in New York City buy 12 5-pound bags.
Wow.
12 5-pound bags of protein powder. And it was a huge box. I'm trying to think if I split it up into 2 boxes. I think I put them all in one box. I sent it out Federal Express. And my girlfriend who lives in New York, it was going to Brooklyn. And my girlfriend lives in Brooklyn. So I gave my girlfriend the address, and I'm like, do you know this address? It was near a park or something park. And she's like, oh, that's kind of a sketchy part of town.
Bryant Park?
Huh?
Bryant Park?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Yeah.
And she goes, that's kind of a sketchy part of town. And I was like, oh, I said, well, I'm going to put signature because it was a lot of money. So I said, I'm going to put signature confirmation on it, and I'm going to put insurance on the package as well. And she was like, yeah, she goes, it's funny. She goes, some parts of that area, there is like some warehouses, but it is kind of a sketchy part of town. So I Googled it, and I zeroed down on Google Maps, and it was going to a warehouse.
Okay.
So yeah, I don't know. I mean, it went fine. I got positive feedback. Everything was perfect with it, but it's kind of interesting to see who buys your stuff. Like I sold an old telephone, a 1970 rotary telephone, and it went to a theater company in Chicago. And I put in the address and zeroed down in it, and it was kind of like some sort of art district in. Yeah, you're fading.
Oh my God.
The rainbow
See my
gets
skylight?
brighter.
That's why I see them up there. That's why.
Yeah.
All right.
So
Yeah.
I like doing that. Actually, it's interesting. It's an interesting part of the job. I like.
Yeah,
to
well,
do
you know what? She says that's a sketchy part of town, but I hate to tell you, Brooklyn now, oh my God, it's the hottest real estate market. Things are going for millions of dollars where you wouldn't buy something years ago for 100. I mean, now they're going for like $2.4 million. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, she originally was living in Park Slopes,
Mm-hmm.
and then she most recently moved to Bay Ridge.
Oh my God, you can't even touch Bay Ridge. It's
You
ridiculous.
can't. She rents. She doesn't own. She rents, and her rent is as much as my mortgage.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, she's like but it's so beautiful. Like she'll call me and she'll walk down the street, and I love all those like outdoor vendors with all of the flowers and the fruits. And she literally like walks outside her door, walks a few steps up the street, and she's on like a main drag with all these specialty shops and restaurants. And
Yeah, that's why a lot of people in the boroughs, they don't even drive. They don't even have a car. It doesn't even pay to have a car because you can walk to everything or take mass transportation, and it's so expensive. And now the mayor here is, doing this congestion pricing if you want to drive anyway. So it's like doesn't pay.
yeah, it's ridiculous. Like she'll call me and she's like, like we'll chat on the phone, and she's either waiting for the street sweeper to go by because she had to move the car, or she has to move the car to the other side of the street because that's all there is street parking. But they make you move like every 2 days. You have to like move your car because. Yeah.
All right, Judy, have fun listing. Good luck today. Enjoy.
Thank you, Judy, for stopping in. Yeah, and it looks like you've been on for an hour and 13 minutes, but it's 10:19. I got to go get ready to take care of.
Yeah, and while you were gone, I actually got a phone call I had to take because I had 3 missed calls, my father, my aunt, and my brother. So
oh, no.
My aunt kind of took a little turn for the worst in the hospital, and we were supposed to go up this morning after this, but they told me no. So I want to still get to my dad and kind of reach out. So guys, thank you all. Appreciate everybody coming by this morning. Derek, Rebecca, Judy, Mark was here. I don't know if Mark's still here. Key Lime Kisses, Gina, thank you. If I missed somebody, I apologize. Blackberry Thistle Tea, thank you. I don't know your first name, but you're not on my cheat sheet. Sorry. Guys, I'm going to be going live. We're going to try to do this weekends, anywhere between 8 and 10. We don't know yet. We'll figure it out. It depends on if we're up late, like we were last night. We did a live, and then we hopped on Pat D's, the late show, as he calls it. So we're trying to, kind of play around and see what works. I did put the link to Donatella's storage auction page for her buyers and sellers group. Remember, guys, you don't have to be selling or buying storage units. You can still get on there. It's some great information, find out about items that you could even find other places. As well as her YouTube channel. We're going to get her in August up to 1,000. That's our goal. We're definitely going to make that happen. We'll be promoting it all the time. And of course, hopefully by the end of the weekend, I'll be up to 100 subscribers.
You'll be our next project.
I'm at 98 or 99. It's close. It's close. So a couple more and I'm over the top. But thanks again, Rebecca. Be safe in the weather, and we'll see you guys all hopefully
our next live.
Oh, yes, our next live.
We'll see you all on our next live.
Thanks, guys.
Bye, everybody. Thank you. Have a nice Sunday.